Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So I'm here with my May wrap up. So May was kind of a crazy month. So for 2 weeks we were in Barcelona and I had like really big ambitions for reading. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get so much reading done. But at the end of the day I was so exhausted, like I would just fall asleep. And I had the best sleep of my life in Barcelona. It was truly amazing, but I do have my vlogs, I'll link them up in the cards and down below if you're interested in going to check them out. Then we came back from Barcelona the weekend after. We did like our parents' surprise 25th anniversary party, so that was kind of really big trying to pull that off, so it was crazy. And then I officially started my PhD after Memorial Day, so I was really happy and kind of busy with that. And another thing too, just to kind of let you guys know, for the like home front book club pick for like May and June, which we'll be reading. I'm usually really good at finishing them early, but because of all the traveling I've like had to kind of like wait a little bit, so I'll definitely be reading it very soon. I've seen you guys have been kind of posting stuff on the discussion board on Goodreads, so I'm not ignoring you. It's just I've been really busy, but I promise I'm picking it up very soon, just to let you guys know. But yeah, like I said, it was kind of a strange reading month. So I ended up reading 2 like novels and then 6 like mini ebooks or like novellas essentially. So yeah, I'll kind of go through all that because when I was traveling I downloaded a bunch of like ebooks, usually like the short stories or like novellas that I feel like had my eye on for a while, so that's why there's a lot of them there. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out, I first read A Steep Price by Robert Dugoni, and this is the last book I needed to read in the Tracy Crosswhite series in order to be caught up. But like I can't really talk too much about this, but it's about this kind of the plot in terms of like the character plot, but generally the synopsis of this is that there is this girl who's very much exiled from her family because she wants to become a doctor, so she's staying in school, and her parents, because they want her to marry like very traditional Indian culture, they want her to marry that. They kind of exiled her with that, but she is found dead in kind of this pit in the woods, and it kind of takes off from there. I really liked this one. It was really fast paced, and I love kind of like the character development for Tracy in here as well. So I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoy it, and I'm really happy now that I'm finally caught up with this series. So kind of continuing on with the Tracy Crosswhite series, I then read The Academy, which is a short story about this, which talks about Tracy's time in the police academy, and it's a lot in the series. They mention like what happened between Tracy and a superior officer, which I won't talk about here, but if you've read the books you know, and this kind of like talked about what happened, which I really enjoyed. It had like quite a good little feminist twist in here, so I really enjoyed this one as well. It was a very quick read, but I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. And then also I read Third Watch, which is another short story, and this is Tracy after the academy and before she becomes a detective. And this one wasn't my favorite. I felt like it was very kind of fast-paced, and it jumps a lot in kind of important information, so it wasn't necessarily my favorite. I gave a 3 out of 5 stars, just because it was too quick, and I felt like the author was trying to just rush through it to get it done, so it wasn't the most thorough of stories, but it was still interesting to see how like Tracy before we get to know her in My Sister's Grave, which is the first one. So yeah, this one wasn't the best, but it was fun to read on the plane. So next I have to look these titles up because they are quite long, but I know the first one is the Hogwarts The Unofficial Guide, and this is like the Pottermore short story, so you kind of learn more about Hogwarts and just kind of all the stuff there, like the Hufflepuff common room and all that. And it's written by J.K. Rowling, so she talks about things like she really wished could be included in the books, like the original novels. So this is kind of like, it was good, and I learned a lot. I remember with all of the Harry Potter ones that I read, I was like, call my sister, I was like, do you know that? Did you know that? So I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. If you're like a Harry Potter fan, I think like this is perfect for you, like these short stories. So I'm just looking up the other one right now. So I'm going to combine the next 2 together. So they're like the Hogwarts short stories, and one is Power and one's Heroism. So I really like this one. The Power one like talked about Umbridge and like all those characters, which I thought was really interesting, and then also like The one on Heroism was more so like McGonagall. I really loved learning about her kind of like background. I thought was really neat, and then also Lupin as well. So if you want to learn more about some of the characters in here, like I highly recommend you check these ebooks out. They were really good, and I was like, like I said, I was like, Leah, did you know that? So I really enjoyed it. And then lastly, I read Morrighan, which is kind of a prequel to the Remnant Chronicles, and because me and my friend, like I reread it, but it was her first time reading it, so we buddy read them together, and we just finished The Heart of Betrayal, which is the last one, and so I wanted to read Morrighan because I felt like this did a really good job of making me kind of better understand like the little like texts that are included throughout the story, and just kind of better understand the world as well. So if you are a fan of the Remnant Chronicles, I highly recommend you check this like short novella out. It made me understand the world a lot better, and I actually learned a lot of new things about it too, so that was really good. And then we're gonna read Vow of Thieves and Dance of Thieves kind of later in the summer too, so it was kind of a good refresher, and now I kind of better understand the history of this world. So I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm sorry, I forgot for the Hogwarts ones. I all gave them 4 out of 5 stars. And then lastly, I ended up picking up Wolfhunter River by Rachel Cain, and this is the third book in the Stillhouse Lake series. So basically the first one, it follows this woman whose husband was a notorious serial killer, and everyone thought she was involved, but she was exonerated, like proven innocent in court, but that did not stop people from thinking that she was somehow responsible. So there is a group of internet trolls that are out to get her and her kids. That's kind of the synopsis. So because this is the third one in the series, I don't want to give too much away, but I definitely think this series gets better. I really enjoyed the second one. The first one I really struggled with the first 50 pages or so, because it did struggle from some pacing issues, and I just did not like the character in the beginning. But once the story starts to pick up, I really enjoyed it. So if you are reading Stillhouse Lake and you're not really too sure about it, just wait and then it gets better. Yeah, I felt the same way about this one too. I really liked it. It did struggle from some pacing issues, especially in the beginning. It was kind of like give or take almost, but nonetheless I really liked it. I'm very interested to see what the next one has in store, because it always ends like really strangely. I think like it's just like, oh my god, like what else can they do with this world and these characters? But yeah, I was really happy. This one came out towards the end of April, so I was like, I need to pick it up really quickly. But yeah, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars as well. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books or if you have any suggestions and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.